Hello, welcome. I'm Jaynee from Messages from Heaven by Jaynee on YouTube. Let me put the light on here and see if that helps with the light. It's hard to, it's a little, I guess it's okay. I was going to say foggy. Hi. I'm taping this on, let's see, on December 1st. Actually, it's my birthday. I am 77 as of today, and tomorrow I start working on 78. Um, okay, two things. One, why am I not scared to be older? And knowing that anytime I could have a heart attack that runs in my family and just drop dead where I'm standing. Um, how do I know? The way I know is that I talk to I talk to spirits all the time. And I spoke with my husband's cousin who just passed over, who said it's really easy. And I haven't spoken with one, never, with one spirit who ever said that they don't like it over there. It's not nice. Every single spirit has said it's magnificent and wonderful. Um, you can you can talk to anybody you want. In other words, if you have an emotional thing you want to talk about, an issue that you want to work through, Buddha is there, Jesus is there, um, Muhammad is there. Everybody is there to talk to, and there are therapists too. Uh, it is a wonderful place. If you want to go bowling, you can. You can eat. You can sleep. You can watch the horses run around with the dogs, or without the dogs. It's it's up to them, and we can go see. Um, Everything that you can do here, you can do there. You can travel. Um, I think I might have mentioned it before. My friend's brother was going with his mother to Italy and riding around on, well, he said the trolleys. I don't know what they really were. Um, Maybe they were seaside sightseeing buses. Where's my dad? What do you mean where? I, my son did not know how to keep these on, so I couldn't get advice on to how to do it, which I really need because uh, can I locate him? You mean he's somewhere in the United States and doesn't want to be found? Is that what it is? You're going to have to tell me because there's not a way I could know. Um, can you locate him? Never, what? Never met the guy. Oh, yeah. Yes, go ahead, please. Yes, that's my husband, and he's in the next room. Um, I can't find. Sylvia Brown was the one who could tell you where people were. A lot of times she made mistakes, some terrible mistakes, where she told people that a child was dead and the child was alive, fighting for her life. Um, I wish I could tell you where he is. Something, Gabby, in a. Oh, I can't. Okay. Um, Harry. Okay. Okay. Uh, yeah, you're writing in a Cyrillic alphabet. I'm an American, and at this life anyway, and I can't read it. I was a Russian at one time, you know. Actually, was I? I think I was Ukrainian, and it's hard to say. Was I ever Polish? I don't know. But the fact is that I've had about 1,000 lives, and everybody has had previous lives, but how many you have is, I don't know whether it means really anything. Um, but but I don't know if anybody. Well, let's see. What is your name? Yeti. All right. I'll meditate for a moment and see if anything comes up. I don't know. All right, Yeti. Where is Yeti's father? Oh, I'm getting. No, I don't know if this is right. I'm getting. He's in the countryside in a rural area on a place where there are mountains. Is that possible? Hi, Ivy. It's nice to see you here. Yeti, it's certainly nice to see you too. And Kren, is it Kren? What would you rather play? No, I don't do the games. I do play what do you call it? The Chinese game. If any of you do that, let me know. Um, why I came on today is not just because I like it, but the guides want me to. We all have guides, and generally you don't see or hear them unless you contact them, and you can. When you'll find true love, it are you in your 20s? Because it matters. Um,
All right. Have a good night.
okay. Um, oh, the young woman who hadn't met her father. Um, I think, but I could easily be wrong. He's in a place where there is water too. I'm thinking Louisiana. Is that possible? You would know. I mean, it would anyway. It's a possibility he's in Louisiana, or he could be Michigan's like that too. But I don't think so. I felt it wasn't freezing cold like Michigan would be. Um, okay, and where's Pinky? Pinky, I saw Pinky before. Your fave, Pinky. Okay, Pinky. Um, okay, I can tell you how you defeat it goes easily. Um, all right, are you in your 20s? If you're in your 20s, I see, I see male. I see actually three different males um, in a bunch, and I see you coming in wherever they are. One is for you. But that doesn't mean it's forever. You have to understand that we don't have much, we have a very low frustration level in our culture, in the American culture. I mean, we're kind of, we get divorced pretty early and pretty easily instead of going for therapy and working through the problems that we have. And we all have problems when we get married. It is hard to be married. Is very hard. And everybody needs help on how to talk to each other. And if you don't do that, no matter how much you're attracted to the person, It's not going to work. We all have a nasty side, every single one of us. We all get angry, we all get jealous, we all get hateful, and we call each other names. It is, thank you, thank you, Days. Um, it's just how it is. We are, look, we're from the chimpanzees. They take off people's faces, you know? I mean, they're loving and they're wonderful, but on the other hand, that's how we are. We're horrible. I mean, we are good and we're loving, but at the same time, we're miserable. We're really nasty and horrible. So you have to understand that. You have to admit it and allow yourself to be willing to work with the person you've both have decided you're going to be partners in life. You might have children together, you might not. It's the same thing whether it's two men or two women. It doesn't matter. You'll be screaming at each other and you're going to call each other the absolute worst names you can possibly think of. If you find any new ones, let me know because I use them too. Um, we are like that. And like I said, we are really close to chimpanzees and they have a really nasty side. That's us. And I wanted to talk about, you want to go back to monkey. We don't have that opportunity no matter what. It might be simpler, but okay. The next question was how to defeat a ghost. Let me tell you, if you don't know how, it becomes really horrible. And I know because there was a time that I didn't know how, and they scared the crap out of me. Not always. I saw a neighbor. I mean, she came in. She was a whole um, apparition. You can have what they call tricksters. Tricksters are low-level spirits who really they don't do you any good. They just want to play, but they play nasty. They can start out playing okay and funny. That how once I started being able to talk to spirits, I had a trickster. I put stuff on my face at night, so I didn't close the jar perfectly. So I'm standing there and I watch the jar, the top of the jar turn and close perfectly. That was very, very nice. Okay, thank you. But I knew it was a trickster. No, I mean, my grandmother, um, my uncle, like my family is not going to do that. It was a trickster. Um, they have a lot of abilities and I had one talk in my ear. Hold on a minute. You can bring them home from your Christmas celebration, your Thanksgiving celebration, going to the movies when you're in a bunch of people. You can be in school and bring one home. I was in the hospital and I brought one home. Bottom line is, you have free will, and you tell them, I have free will, get out. The only spirits I want here are the ones I invite. You tell them, I have free will, get out as often as you have to. You don't really have to say prayers. You don't have to do anything. Just tell them I have free will, out. Get the hell out. I don't want you here. Get out. If there's a spirit in the house who, it's just is a spirit who walks through the house because 1,000 years ago that person had plants in back of the house and just keeps on doing it. Actually, we have somebody like that. He is a Native American spirit who apparently was growing corn or something behind where our house is. And he would scare my husband. He walked past him a lot of nights, and he would leave. My husband would see this shadow walking past him, da, 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 and he got really scared. Um, and my husband wouldn't tell him, get out. So I talked to him. Eventually, he stopped. Thank God. He just, because he wanted to do what he wanted to do, just like us. And he wasn't understanding. He was not a trickster, though. He was a person who lived here. This was his property. He grew his plants here. So I mean, it's different. The spirit is different. Um, let's see. I saw uh, very quickly. You can see spirits. They, if you see them for like a quarter of a second, you're actually seeing them. If you're seeing whatever you're seeing, if you're seeing animals, or you're seeing humans, uh, they're not tricksters. You just see them for a quarter of a second, and they're gone. The people who used to live here, the woman who uh, used to live here, I saw come back to say goodbye to the house, and I saw a man who looked like a young man, and he didn't expect me to see him, and I did. So he looked at me like he got scared seeing me see him. But I'm trying. I hope you understand. With tricksters, they can be funny. They can they what they did with me. What the one did with me was I can't remember which was first. He started saying meow, meow, meow over and over. I'm hearing this in my ear. And we have cats. At the time, we didn't have a dog. Maybe we did. I don't remember clearly. Anyway, this meow meow, and I didn't know anything about tricksters, and I just asked him to stop. So then I hear Janie, Janie, and I told him I need him to stop, and he did stop, which was good. But that is a trickster, and he thought, because it was a male voice, he thought that was funny. They could be either male or female, or just like switch. Doesn't matter. I'm thirsty. Oh, okay. Um. Okay. So going back to monkey. Will I find the dark forces that I'm looking for? Don't look for them. They're horrible. Find the good forces that love you. And they're there. They're really there. If you feel that you've been taken advantage of, and you haven't been loved, and you're angry and you want revenge, it's because you weren't given what you needed, and you deserved it. You absolutely, every one of us deserves to be loved unconditionally. That's what we're supposed to have as children. And when we don't get it, we get revengeful, angry. We want people to be a certain way, and of course they're not. They're people. They're any way they want to be. Um, you have to go toward wisdom, toward love. Although you sure as hell don't have to love anybody. You're not required. Especially for anybody who hurt you. You can hate them for the rest of your life. It's not a problem. You can never speak to them. You don't know. You don't owe anyone an apology unless you purposely hurt that person, and you can say, "I'm really sorry." I mean, you can do that. Uh, why do I look at Queen Elizabeth? Because she wasn't that much older than I am. She was about 20 years older, but um, you know that we knew her when she was older. I mean, I was alive when she became queen, and I remember seeing a little bit of that thing in 1954. I talked to her too. Um, okay, you're leaving. Okay, goodbye, Ahmed. Um, can you see my true love's first initial? No, because you have. We don't have just one true love. It isn't like that. We could love a whole different bunch of people. It's almost when When you get to know a person, very likely you'll love them, even if you wouldn't want to be married to them. Um, but there's you can love almost anybody. There, they say that all kinds of stuff. That this is the love of my blah 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 blah. I've been married for 60 years. Um, it's just uh, again, don't mess with dark forces. And okay, um, thanks for sharing. Good magicians. Oh, there's a place. I don't know about necromancy, and I don't know. Well, you can talk to spirits easily. I mean, you learn to hear them. It's a process. They're not going to come back to life. Nobody gives up this meat and comes back. They can come back. I mean, we can't. We often do. If I've had 1,000 lives, that means I've come back 1,000 times. But problem is that we don't remember what we did the last time, and I've only remembered maybe 10 lives. That's nothing. I'd really like to know a lot more, but we don't. Necromancy's not it's not a real thing. Um, but you can definitely talk to the spirits who were with you. You can talk to. I've talked to Napoleon, Queen Elizabeth I. I don't want to talk to Henry VIII. Ain't no way. Um, but I did talk to Elizabeth I, and she was pretty. She was very friendly. I've talked to a lot of musicians too. But there is a place in California, in Los Angeles, that is is specifically for magicians. I don't know what it is, but I remember when I was out there. My brother lives on the West Coast, so I know about that. The reason that I came out today or on is something called Seducha, which nobody's going to be able to pronounce, and it means giving. I was taught from the time that I was little, we always give something to people less able. And I think today it's really more important than it ever was. Um, a lot of people have become very selfish and they don't want any of their taxes to go for disabled people or poor people because they're they're of the opinion that people could go out and work even if they have no legs or no arms too, or and they're blind and deaf. They want to pick who gets the money, and that's not the way. Not what we're meant to do. We're meant to give and to help people. Don't it matters in your life when we are kind to other people, when we help other people, our what is it about us? It's not just our energy, it's our spirit rises. We want that because when we die, we want our spirit to be clean and good. We don't go before God. It doesn't. God is not what we think, and God doesn't care at all whether we live, die, nah, nothing. Um, the your relatives care. The people who love you care. Um, we all have we all have these spirits around us who care very much. But um, the way that we bring our spirit up is by being good to ourselves and others. Um, understanding others, be willing to understand. And I don't mean that somebody who hurt you, no, you don't owe them anything, especially any kind of, if it's a relative, people tell you you need to accept them and forget about it. No, you don't. You don't have to forget it, and you certainly never have to forgive. But um, giving, if you see somebody on the street who is obviously fallen and needs help getting up, help them, because you're pulling up your spirit. It's good for you, not in the way that you can see. You're not going to be able to see it. We went out because it's my birthday, and I don't know what I ate that is making me so thirsty, but yes. Um, anyway, that is Sidducha. Um, and it's really important. Um, give a little bit. I know it's when you're on Facebook, or I'm sure the other things, you see all these horrible ads asking for money for dogs who are being eaten in China and South Korea. I don't know where else. You see all this stuff, dogs and cats in Ukraine, where Russia is bombing and all that stuff, and it's horrible. And if you can give a little bit, wonderful. I didn't realize I could give $3, you know, but yeah. Here's something too. If you're looking for a partner. There's someone here who's definitely she's looking for true love. Well, um, I don't see any difference in loving a person of the same sex or loving um, a what do you call it? A woman who was born a man. Um, what do you call it? I can't think. And I don't see it's okay. When I was younger, one of my brother's friends um, was a man who eventually became a woman. And the only thing I ever wanted to tell him was, please get your hair fixed. You will look so much better. What are you? Ugh. If if you were a woman, I mean, oh, never mind. That sounds awful. No, but is the devil real? No, there is no devil. But there is something that there is like a program that will deal with people like Trump and Putin and Hitler, that kind of stuff. I don't know. One time I heard Susan Lynn explain it, but I don't remember. They don't go to the same place you do. There there are levels of where like good energy. So that's what I was saying. You want to build up your good energy. You don't want to be where they are. You know, they're all the way down. I don't mean they're in hell. There is no hell. They're just not anywhere where you are, and they're not allowed. They're not going to be allowed back on Earth. What I wanted to say is, uh, I'm straight, but I have a very good friend who I love, who is another woman. Um, if I had not been married, we could have been a pair. We wouldn't have been gay, but we would have been a pair. Does that make sense? So don't limit your looking for the person who is the other half of you to just men or women with a certain long blonde hair and blah blah blah, and built this way. No, because it could be someone of your same sex, and that doesn't mean that you're gay. It just means that you really love and appreciate that person, and that's fine. It's really okay. And if you want children, there are ways to have children all the time. So it's fine. Um, okay. And like I said, the devil is not real. Um, but there are definitely bad people. There are toxic people. There are people you don't want to talk to, that you talk to once, twice, three times, and you say, I don't ever want to talk to that person again. And sometimes you don't see, you don't know at first that something is really wrong with a person. I didn't know that there's a person who lives nearby who I knew the man was really weird around me, but I didn't take notice of it. He hated my guts. I'm from Philadelphia, and he just made up a story. And people are nuts. They're not. Some people are absolutely out of their minds. But they look. I mean, the guy has a job, and people like him. I wouldn't. Well, now because I experienced the, the worst from that person. Um, he just made up a story. I am. Here's another thing. Education is something you do for yourself. Getting a degree, any kind of degree, doesn't mean you're smart. It doesn't mean you know what's what. It doesn't. It doesn't confer a crown on your head. Um, you have to educate yourself. You have to be interested, and that's how you do it. Um, some of the most educated people I know did not go to college. It's not it. It's not. You must do that. No, no, it isn't true. I mean, yeah, I'm glad I went. I went I went as an artist. Um, I was trained basically to do nothing. Um, I can paint, uh, but does that mean I'm smart or smarter? No, no, not at all. And in fact, my master's degree was a waste of time. It was really nonsense. Now it's a little better. But the program was just starting, and it really had nothing in it. So yeah, I got the paper, which was really that's what you need, the paper. That's all. Oh my god. Okay. So um, what do you call it? It's your true love could be a woman, a man, a trans person. Don't just limit it. But if you do limit it, it's not horrible either. You know, you'll you'll see. It's when you get to know somebody. I'm trying to think. I think it's in a while. Wait a minute. Uh, where was she? Pinky. Yeah, it's in a while. You didn't tell me your age, and I can't say because it's going to change. What you want in your 20s is not going to be the same thing you want in your 30s, and your 40s you're going to change again. So it doesn't mean if you meet somebody in your 20s, it doesn't mean that like at 35 you're going to say, okay, now bye. No, that's not. No, it just means that you're going to change and learn and like yourself more. Okay. Is there anything else you want to know? Message retracted. Theft. Oh, Muppet. Great names. I love them. It's so cute. I wonder. My true love's first initial. Yeah, I think it changes. I don't think. I don't know if you're ready. Um, Want to go back to monkey? Okay. Um, uh, Pinky, what you can do is write to me, and then I can Write to me and then I'll talk to you. I can actually talk to you and tell you because Julian said, it's such a shame I can't read Cyrillic. And Yeti, I don't know that I would never tell you a place, you know what I mean? And then you go there and he wouldn't, there would be no such person there because I'm really, that's asking so much. I don't think that I could do that. And I would hate to do it, to think I was doing it, and then you go there and their person wouldn't be there. And that happened to a really, really well known psychic that used to charge $800 for her sessions. And she made awful mistakes. So, I mean, telling people their child was dead when the child was alive. So, okay, I am going to go and I'm going to read my stuff. If you have any more questions, ask me. And it looks like, is the Witch King? No, witches aren't. I mean, people say they're witches. Um, Susan Lynn said yesterday, and this makes sense to me, that when you call person names, when you're driving and you start screaming at another person, I do, um, and you like make a spell, you actually are making a spell. Like I do it. Um, I will, if somebody's driving horribly and, is like attached to the back of my car, I will curse them when they come around. Uh, so what she was saying was, you're actually making a spell. So I don't know that that means it's likely that what I'm saying will happen because I'm saying horrible stuff, like go get in an accident. Uh, Thank you for your sacrifice to people on motorbikes and what do you call motorcycles. When I see a person without a helmet, especially riding, because I use 95 all the time, which is just a, a big uh, highway. When I see them riding a motorcycle like that, I tell them, "Thanks for your sacrifice," because if they get knocked off their micro their what do you call it their motorcycle, they're going to get killed. So my idea is, yeah, you're giving all your organs because you're going to die because you're an idiot. You're just not being careful. How do I cast a witch spell? A witch spell. I guess what you could do is you could burn a candle, look at it, and say your spell. Um, if you want to do it, get a fancier candle and say it, and then maybe do it a couple more times and see if it helped. Those are spells, so you can do it. There's no apparently there's no big deal to doing it. There's no big deal to meditating either. You just relax and concentrate on either your breath or your body, like how your body feels. That's all. Not a big deal. Is there anything else? So that'll do your witch spell or your wishes spell. Okay. I need a river. Man, I'm thirsty. Okay. Well, um, Here's one of my cats. This is Cody. Did you see Cody? Cody is thinking about coming up. Um, okay. He just jumped up. All right, I'm going to sign off. Um, if you have any more questions, you can write to me at spiritsbyjaynee at gmail. I'll be very happy to hear from you. I am a grandmother. I don't know if that matters, but maybe, I don't know. Um, I hope that I can be helpful. I really do. I want to be. And I'm a very nice person. I'm a very loving person. So um, push the button to subscribe, which doesn't really mean anything. It means something to YouTube and to me, but no, nothing really. And talk to me, or at least contact me on spiritsbyjaynee at Gmail. And take it easy. Be easy on yourself. Love yourself. Be good to yourself. Know that you are okay. You are enough. Understand you are enough. Be your best friend. You know, a lot of times we can't be the, our best friends. Like we treat ourselves so badly. We're so critical of ourselves. So just pretend there's a little you right next to you saying, Tom, you're perfect. What you did yesterday with that man on the street was wonderful. Darvon, you are the best that there is. You're the sweetest. Let let yourself have someone in your heart who loves you and will be good to you and tell you that you are enough. You are good. You are loved, and love yourself. Understand you are enough. Okay? Don't feel like you have to run after anybody for them to give you what you need. You don't. Nobody can give you what you will give you. It comes from you, it comes from the inside. The love that you need comes from inside you. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just write to me and I'll explain. Okay? Have a good Sunday night. I'm not sure what I'm going to watch. I love history, so I watch a lot of that. Take care and be good to yourself. Okay? All right. Bye bye. I have to figure out how to turn this off. It's not going off. Oh, there it goes.